Hello, this is going to be a short video about the moon void of course phase. This period, void of course, happens about every 2.5 days when the moon changes its sign, and it will be in between the signs, right? That's the void of course period for the moon. Now, when that happens, when the moon is void of course, what we have observed, and I myself, I've observed it many, many times, and you can also read about it online, it's things don't happen according to plan. If you make new plans during this void of course period, it will most likely not work out. It will not work out the way you thought it will. If you buy something during the void of course period, if you buy something to wear, most likely you're hardly ever going to wear it, you know. Generally it's okay to buy groceries because you will eat it, you know. But when you buy something else, the void of course, don't do it. Although I would say actually the message of my video is rather it's a great way to observe astrology, and it's a great method for beginning astrologers. If you're new to astrology, actually I recommend that you don't read too much about it. You know, you don't want to know too much theory. You should observe the stars, and it's quite easy to observe the moon phases. So this void of course period, you can see it. There's actually calendars online that mention all the times, or you can see it on Astrodienst when the moon is at 0 degree of a sign. And these periods can last from several minutes, like 10 minutes, up to several hours, up to 3 hours, 4 hours. It varies. It really varies greatly. And as an exercise, write down. You can write down when you have, let's say you have communication during this period, you know, somebody makes a promise to you, something is being arranged. Write down what happens during this void of course time. You can easily keep track of that. And like I say, especially if you're new to astrology, observing the moon is actually quite helpful, and especially these periods. Most people know, even people who don't know anything about astrology have heard about Mercury retrograde. Everybody knows Mercury retrograde, but that's a period of sometimes several months. You know, Mercury can be retrograde weeks, month, and yes, it does stall. It does something to your communication, but obviously in a period of several weeks, not all of your communication it does not reach the sender, you know. Sometimes you get your email doesn't arrive or whatever. That's typical Mercury retrograde. But like I say, it's actually this void of course period is much more reliable. And obviously if there's Mercury retrograde and the moon void of course, that would be particularly low. These are low times. There's just no energy to hold things into place. And if you should not sign contracts, definitely don't sign a contract during this period. Don't sign a new rental agreement, you know, a new lease or whatever. Or if you're leasing a car, don't do it during the void of course period. It will not go as planned. I've seen it many times. I've seen it so many times. It's really very reliable. So so yeah, it's a very reliable method of prediction, of predicting in astrology, and particularly when it comes to signing contracts, you know, or like I said, you go out, you want to buy something nice, don't do it during this period, you know. If you like I say, you buy something and you're not going to use it, you might have to exchange it. Things like that happen all the time. Or the shop is closed. It just happened to me last week, by the way. So yeah, it's moon void, of course. It's often overlooked. It's astrologers tend to overlook it, and they're all about Mercury retrograde, blah blah blah. But in my mind, this is actually the most reliable predictive tool in astrology. And during these phases, like I say, it can be very short. It can be whatever, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or even a couple hours. It's a great time to take a nap. It's a great time to clean your house, or do not very much, and nothing new. You don't want to, it's particularly, you don't want to start anything new. And in the study of astrology, we always return to the, to this thing about don't start anything new during certain aspects and transits. But this moon phase really is the most important, I think. And also, like I say, when it comes to anything, signing contracts, starting anything that requires a signature, it's not going to go well. But I want you to find out for yourself. Don't just believe what I say or even what people write on the internet. It's a technique you can use. We have techniques in astrology that you can. All you need is your internet, and you can easily follow it yourself. And then and see, if you follow this, if you do these things yourself, you can judge for yourself whether astrology is a science or a fake science. I hope this helped. Let me know in the comments section if you have any experience with these void of course periods. Take care.